I have some weird ways, I guess, that I've really learned how to take a shower and not have my hair around the perimeter of my hair get wet. So that is to come. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my personal tips on how I prevent heat damage when I'm going back and forth between curly hair and straight hair. I do know we're still in silk press season, but we are coming up on spring and summer, and then I do see a lot more straight hair naturals popping up, and I just feel like these tips would be good for people who do care about heat damage, but then also those people that do still care about the integrity of their hair. Even if they are straight hair natural, everybody would like nice hair. So yeah, if you are interested in any of my tips, just keep on watching. Okay, so first things first, if you do already have severely heat damaged hair and your hair is like brittle and it's breaking off, or you just have really damaged hair from color, bleaching, dyeing, a lot of manipulation, I don't think using direct heat is going to be beneficial for you at all. So in my opinion, I think that you should put the heat down and you should go to see a professional, a stylist. And then from there, your stylist can kind of tell you if this is something that you are doing mechanically or if this is something that she can't even handle. So you may have some kind of underlying medical condition, or you're taking some kind of medicine that's kind of affecting your hair. So I think that first things first, the integrity of your hair to start is going to tell you whether heat is good for you or not, direct heat. So that is my first tip. So my second tip on the integrity of your hair, going back and forth between heat styling or just continuously heat styling, I think that you should have a solid routine, whether you're natural, straight, relaxed, whatever. You need a solid routine because that is going to aid in the integrity of your hair and kind of what your hair can withstand. Everything responds well to a routine. Your hair, your skin, your nails, your body, in terms of fitness, everything, it just responds well to consistency. So you need to have a consistent routine that's simplified enough that you are consistent with it. And then within that routine, you need to have a balance of protein and moisture. So if you have too much moisture in your hair will be very mushy and there won't be a lot of like definition and holds going on. It's going to be very limp, like your hair is not going to really pop. So you may have too much moisture, or if you have too much protein, your hair may be a little bit more brittle. It's kind of doing, those two things are doing the opposite of what you want them to do. So within that routine, the protein and the moisture balance need to be taken into consideration. So this is my personal opinion. I think it may go beyond my personal opinion, but in my personal opinion, doing DIY masks are not going to be the best thing for you. Just one, they're not that practical. It's a little bit more time consuming to be cutting up fruits and vegetables and blending them up to put them in your hair every week. That is a lot of time, and you have a life outside of your hair. So to do that all the time is very exhausting, and then also it may not actually be doing what you want it to do. So blending up an avocado and putting it in your hair may not be the same as going to the store and buying a deep treatment mask that says it has avocado in it. I am not a chemist. I'm not going to be doing that. I'd rather eat the avocado and get the benefits from the avocado that way, because I know I will be receiving the benefits from the avocado instead of putting it in my hair and hoping that I get the benefits because it's natural. I just don't believe in that. And then also, in my personal experience, it's not always pleasant. So I've tried to do like an aloe vera leaf in my hair, and it was just flakes, and it took forever for it to come out. I kept washing my hair and washing my hair, and I still had like this residue of aloe leaf in my hair. I couldn't get it out. And I've also tried it on my face. It was really, really itchy. And then also I've done a DIY mask with an egg. So I mixed up the egg and I washed my hair, and then I went to put the egg in my hair, and I think the heat from my hair and my body was still hot enough to literally cook the eggs in my hair. So I had cooked eggs in my hair. I am not a fan of the DIY masks. I'd rather go to the store and get a jar of whatever. If you have enough to pay for fruits and vegetables to put in your hair, we have enough to go to the store and also buy just a deep treatment mask for our hair. Also, when it comes to consistency with hair products, I think budgeting your hair products out to your budget will allow you to be consistent. Because if you are not looking forward to paying $50 for a hair mask every 2 weeks, you're not going to be wanting to, use the hair mask as often. So there's nothing wrong with drugstore products. Look around, read, do your research on hair masks in jars in the drugstore that work for you. Also, when you go to the store and you're looking for hair masks and things like that, keep in mind shampoo, conditioner, and deep treatments are going to be the main things that really give your hair life. Those are going to be the things that really treat your hair, and they're the base of everything else that's going on. So investing in a good shampoo, conditioner, and deep treatment set, a few sets that you go back and forth between, because we're keeping our balance between protein and moisture, is going to be the smartest thing that you can do. When we talk about leave-ins and we talk about stylers, that's more so to maintain the moisture, and then also like whatever aesthetic goals you're going for. I think that's more of maintaining the moisture and just looking nice. But the shampoo, the conditioner, and the deep treatment is more like the food and the exercise, and then the gels and the mousse and the leave-in conditioner, that's more so like the outfit that you put on. That's the way I like to think of it. So yes, we're talking about the integrity of the hair, because if your hair's integrity isn't good, your hair will also not really look how you want it to. Still on the topic of routine, I like to be sure that I know when I'm going to straighten my hair. So my hair is always on a schedule, and I'd like to know when I'm going to straighten my hair. I'm like, okay, it's a lot. We know it's a lot. The hair is a lot. So I like to know when I'm going to be straightening my hair. I'm like, okay, the weather is this. I have this to do, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to straighten my hair at this time. So leading up to that time, I'm really, really taking care of my hair before I put direct heat on it. So I like to plan it out. Like, I make sure that I'm really treating my hair, lots of protein, not lot, keep the balance, but to make sure I'm really on top of treating my hair and not doing too many tension styles. I don't want my hair to be weak at all in any place, because it just makes it more vulnerable. So I like to make sure I'm doing that. I like to make sure I'm really pre-pooing my hair before I shampoo and condition it. I've recently got more into pre-pooing again recently, and I don't know why I stopped. I just feel like I was probably doing too much, and then I was like, I got to take a step out, but I've put it back in because I've simplified my routine. So we're pre-pooing again. But yeah, so I just like to make sure that I'm really, really taking care of my hair right before I go ahead and straighten my hair. So getting into products and routine, shampooing and conditioning my hair before I wear it curly is a little bit different than when I do it straight. I use different products most of the time. My curly hair, I'm a little bit more okay with using like straight hair products to do my curly hair, but the other way around, no. Just because it can be a little bit too heavy and it won't give me the results I want when my hair is straight. It'll be a little bit too greasy because the things are just heavier. So the products are different, and I'll probably put some products on the screen that I like to use for shampoo and condition purposes when I straighten my hair. So the shampoo and conditioning steps and products that I use ensures that my hair does last longer. I've noticed the more picky I am about what I use, my straight hair lasts longer. Okay, so I do like to section my hair the whole way through, and then I also like to make sure that I'm using products that aid in a good blowout, because that's the foundation. If I don't blow my hair out really well, my hair is not going to be flowy, and then also I'll have to use more direct heat. So I like to I like to get most of the texture out indirectly with a blow dryer and a paddle brush than I do with my flat iron. It's way less heat. I also like to use products that help with the blowout. So I always like to use blowout creams. I really love Ion's line. I think it's still purple. I think the line is still purple. It's from Ion. Ion is at Sally Beauty. I love their blowout line. I used the entire line for a long time, and then I started to just venture into drugstore more recently, but I used Ion's blowout line for forever, and that blowout cream is so good. That whole line smells so good. It smells like sweet bananas, and I don't like banana. I don't like bananas in my smoothies. I don't like banana anything. I don't even like the way it sounds when people are eating it. I just like banana nut muffins. That's it. But the way that smells is so good. It's so good. You guys need to try Ion in general. I don't see a lot of people talk about Ion at all, and I think it's such a good line. Well, I used to work at Sally Beauty when I was in college, and it's such a good line. I don't feel that people really talk about it enough, and it's really affordable. And if you live near a Sally's is everywhere, so if you're near a Sally's, you need to go check out Ion. That Ion blowout cream also has heat protected in it, so I'm protecting my hair against heat at every step past washing. So once I've washed my hair and we're going into heat, I'm going to be protecting my hair at each step. So with my blowout, that Ion blowout cream also protects my hair against heat. And then once I've done the blowout, I'm gonna go into the flat iron. Be sure that you have a really good flat iron. I use the Andis flat iron. I also have a video on me straightening and trimming my hair. I'll link that below, or I'll put it somewhere up there. But I always make sure I use really tiny sections so that I don't have to go over my hair multiple times. And then I also use a boar bristle brush instead of a rat tail comb, because it has a lot of teeth and a lot of tension, so it really separates my hair. Outside, a rat tail comb doesn't have as many teeth, so it creates that tension and really separates all the hair. So when I run my flat iron across it, each piece of hair is getting the heat, so I don't have to keep going over it trying to get in between all the little hairs, like, oh, this hair got it but this hair didn't. No, every hair has gotten the heat because of all the teeth. So yeah, I do like the boar bristle brush instead of a rat tail comb. And when I say tiny sections, I mean very tiny sections, like little slivers, very tiny sections. And then also I'm heat protecting my hair at every step. So I like to freshly spray a heat protectant spray right before I flat iron, just so that I know that that hair is protected. And it hadn't, I'm not sure if the heat protectant spray has worn off and it's not at its like peak. I don't know, like it's not as protecting because I sprayed it on 30 minutes before, because sometimes flat ironing your hair can take forever. So I like to be sure that I'm protecting it immediately, like before I put direct heat on it. So I like to take my time when I flat iron my hair, because I don't want to have to keep flat ironing my hair while I'm doing my hair. I don't want to keep going over it, and then in the days to come I don't want to have to keep flat ironing my hair because I'm like, oh, this is kind of puffing up, this is kind of frizzing up. I like to just make sure it's done really well, and then I don't have to touch my flat iron again. So fast forwarding a little bit, once my hair is already straight and it's been straight for a while, and sometimes you need to refresh and touch it up, I don't necessarily use a flat iron to do so. I actually like to like blow dry my hair. I'll blow dry it and then I'll wrap it. Wrapping your hair, if you don't wrap your hair, I don't know what's going on here. Why don't we wrap our hair? Where did that come from? Wrap your hair. Wrapping your hair really saves lives. So yes, so once I'm refreshing my hair, I like to use the blow dryer to refresh my hair, with indirect heat, and then I wrap it and I go to sleep, and when I wake up in the morning, my hair looks great. It looks fine. So wrap your hair. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about preserving our hair. So wrap your hair. Yet again, I don't know. Wrap your hair. Wrap your hair. If you don't know how to wrap your hair, figure it out. You need to be wrapping your hair. I don't know what's going on. So for me personally, I like to straighten my hair more so in the fall and winter time, or when my hair is needing a trim. So I like to trim my hair when it's straight because I can just see everything a lot better. And then I like to wear my hair straight, so I want my hair, to go back and forth. I would like for it to look nice both ways. So I'll trim it when it's straight, and then also just more so in the fall and winter, I don't have to worry about sweating in the elements as much. So that's one thing. And then we're going to talk about the gym. So I sweat like a pig. There's no glistening. That doesn't exist for me. I played soccer for almost 20 years, and I was always the one sweating during warm-ups like a pig. Like, I just sweat a lot. I'm sweating right now. Like, I just sweat a lot. And when I go to the gym, I cannot do crazy intense cardio and have my roots stay straight. I have never experienced that. So, and I don't think that I will ever experience that. And I'm okay with it. So if you're not somebody that sweats like crazy, like me, the gym may not be that big of a deal because you can just wrap your hair, and blow dry your roots and wrap your hair and kind of, reset it. But I cannot go crazy in the gym with cardio when my hair is straight. That is something that I have just accepted. So I think acceptance is something that you have to, something within your hair you just have to accept. No matter if your hair is straight, curly, you got to accept something. And I can't go crazy in the gym with cardio. I sweat too much. So when my hair is straight, when my hair is curly, it doesn't matter. So I'm not the one to come to for gym advice. If you just, freshly straighten your hair, I like those little boingy like hair ties to put my hair up when it's freshly straight, so that I'm not adding like indentations and stuff in my hair. I like to like put a little headband on or whatever so that I'm not messing up, as much the front of my hair. So I don't go crazy in the gym with cardio though when my hair is straight. I just can't do it, and that's just me. So I'm not the one to come to for the gym advice and the straight hair. I'm just not. But I am the one to come to when we talk about taking a shower and your hair is straight. Okay, this is a struggle, and I figured it out. Okay, so I like to take hot showers. There's a lot of steam. So one, I do not go too crazy with wrapping my hair in all these scarves and stuff before I go in, because that can make me hot. So I don't do that. But I wrap my hair and I put on, my little Velcro thing, and then also like a scarf. And then on top of the scarf though, but I also use this when my hair is curly. This really helps with my hair not getting wet, and I think it's just this string right here. Okay, so this is actually for dreads. My uncle gave this to me. He just recently cut off his dreads. My uncle is Jamaican, so he always used to bring me stuff like from Jamaica when he would go home, and he would just, he just gave me stuff. And then for whatever reason, he gave me this. But I love this thing. Okay, and mine is very, very ripped, so don't judge me. But yeah, so this is for dreads actually. You put your dreads in this, I'm not sure if this is for sleeping or whatever, but you put your dreads in this. I've also just seen these at the beauty supply store. You put your dreads in it and then you tie it like that. You know, you tie it and it leaves you with this. For whatever reason, that it really cuts off like the water, like the heat and stuff from getting in there, like this way, not from inside. Like if you're sweating inside, no. But if you're like, yeah, I'm all over the place in the shower. So like the water like moving this way and that way, it can travel up you. You know what I mean? So I'm mindful of that when I'm like moving in a way that the water will like travel down me and like hit the back of my hair, or hit like I get out of the water and I do whatever. I don't let the water like travel down my back and like go up my hair, if that makes sense. I get out of the way of the stream of the water so that the edges of my hair are not being touched by the water at all. That's 2 tips. And then this may be crazy, but so that's a tip. And then that's 2 tips. But if you don't do anything else, get out of the stream of the water and don't let it travel up you and like touch your hair at all. Okay, and then if you don't do anything else, that and then this tip that I'm about to give you, your hair is going to be fine. Okay, so my dad's from Highland, New York, like Poughkeepsie area, and then he grew up with well water. It's like the mountains. Like my dad's from the mountains of New York. And so he grew up with well water. So when we would go up there and visit, I just wanted to be respectful of their well water because, you know, there's a limited supply. Now it's not like that. They run the water and all that, but like back then, like I just wanted to be respectful of the water. So I take really long showers. Just be respectful. Turn the water off when it's not necessary for it to be running when you're in the shower. Okay, my nanny's house is so cold. It's freezing. My nanny's house is so cold. So I would turn the water off, on and off as I needed it, right? So since it was so cold, and I was turning the water on and off, there was no steam happening to make the bathroom warm. So there's no steam and I'm not hot, right? So there's nothing's going to happen upstairs to my hair inside of the shower cap and all the scarves and stuff. Nothing's going to happen on the inside. There's no heat anywhere. There's no steam anywhere. So when you're taking a shower, turn the water off when it's not necessary for it to be running, so there's not unnecessary steam. Keep your bathroom door open so there's no steam collecting in there at all. So you're not getting hot on the inside and there's no steam on the outside of the shower cap. Like get wet, like wet your body, lather up whatever you use to wash yourself, and then turn the water off and wash your body. And if you're the type of person that likes to wash your body multiple times, like, you know, turn it on and off. Like, okay, I'm done with the first wash, so I rinse myself off. I rinse off whatever I'm using to clean my body, and then I lather it up again. And while I've rinsed myself off and I'm like lathering up my thing, why is the water running? You know what I mean? Like just turn the water off so that it's not creating unnecessary steam, you know? So that's just something that I do that helps me not have my hair curl up at the root or water, steam. It just eliminates a lot of things. So, and it's good for the environment. So turn the water on and off when it's not necessary for it to be running, just to prevent steam. Okay, so with all of that, this should help preserve your blowout. On top of, also, once it gets past like it looking really nice when it's like pin straight and bone straight, try to try to incorporate like heatless waves, heatless styles to really stretch out that blowout. So I like to use the Glam Twins method. I've been doing it forever now, of the 2 like Bantu knots, or 4. Sometimes I do 4, and it gives me like those beachy kind of waves. I like to do that to stretch out my silk press, and then once that gets old, I end up putting it in a ponytail, or I wear hats. I just kind of play around with it. So just try to use heatless styles to also stretch out that silk press. So this should allow you to stretch out your blowout. And I usually wash my hair around like the 3-week mark. And I usually like to use things like dry shampoo and all of that around right before I wash my hair, because all of the dry shampoo kind of like sitting on my scalp, that's very miserable. Like it makes it itchy. It makes it more itchy, and I just don't want that sitting on my scalp for a long period of time. I like to utilize that right before I wash my hair. And then I will also like to add, don't stretch your styles out to the point of misery. You know what I mean? Like, it gets miserable to not wash your hair. Like, I don't want to walk around with an itchy scalp. That is the most miserable thing on earth. Being itchy is never good anywhere. I don't like being itchy. So I like to wash my hair. I don't want to be miserable. So once I feel just itchiness, oh no, I have to wash my hair. And then also, when my hair has been straight for a long period of time, like when my hair is curly, I wash my hair like twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. So, you know, when my hair is straight, I don't wash my hair as much. So I like to definitely make sure that when it's time for me to wash my hair, I go in with the active ingredients. Like, I like to use a salicylic acid treatment on my scalp before I wash my hair. And then when I wash my hair, I also like to be sure that I'm using something with some actives in it, like perithium zinc, salicylic acid, was it coal tar. I like to be sure that I'm caring for my scalp because I haven't washed my hair in like 3+ weeks. So I like to be sure that I'm really taking care of my scalp after I really didn't wash my hair for a long period of time. So yeah, be sure that you're utilizing active ingredients after too, because we have to maintain a healthy scalp to have healthy hair. Yeah, and then once you've washed your hair and your hair is back in its natural state, or your hair isn't heat styled, take a break. Take a break, let your hair be itself in some kind of way. And I mean, like, let it be. Not putting it in super tight buns, like protective styles, like super tight buns all the time. Just let it be loose, let it be free. There's not a lot of tension. Try to have something low manipulation that you do all the time. Just a wash and go, some kind of loose updo, something to just let your hair be. However long that break is for you, maybe 2 weeks, maybe a week. Maybe you're like, okay, I'm not going to heat style my hair for the next month. I'm going to give it a break for a month because my hair has been straight for the past 3 months. I've straightened my hair back to back to back to back, and I just feel like my hair needs a break. Take a break in between direct heat. It's just going to help whether you're relaxed or not. I think that's something that everybody needs to do. Just take a break. Let your hair be. Even if you still want your hair to be straight or like stretched out, just try not to use the direct heat then. So try to then use a roller set instead. Like, get the hang of doing a roller set and sitting under a hooded dryer or one of those bonnet attachments. Just try to stay away from the direct heat. Or if you like bantu knots or braid outs or twist outs and you like your hair to be stretched out, I think some kind of way you need to just let your hair be itself, without at least direct heat. So yeah, that was a lot of tips, and I hope that you got something from this video. I hope this video isn't all over the place, and I hope that you really understood what I was trying to convey. So yeah, I hope you guys got something out of this video, and I hope you really enjoyed it and you learned something, and I hope this was educational and entertaining. And yeah, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.